All right. So once again, good morning, everyone. Today is another day. Today is Friday, and today is the 31st day of January, meaning that January has already come to an end. And we are still reminding ourselves of our class expectations. Please make sure that you follow these class expectations, and also remember to follow your group expectations. As a class, we said we want to be responsible. Let's make sure that we do that. Be respectful. We want to do that, so let's keep doing it. And then let's also remember to keep being kind. Let's also remember to follow our group expectations, because the group's expectation is meant to govern our groups. So make sure that we follow them as a group. I was just talking to you guys about our iReady lessons, and I want to appreciate those of us who made a good effort to be able to achieve our goals for iReady Math. If you are able to make your 6 lessons or more, I want to appreciate you. Keep doing it. Keep staying focused. Keep making sure that you achieve your goals. That is really, really good. And those of us who haven't been able to meet our goals, we need to work hard. I've been intentional in giving you guys the opportunity to meet those goals. So, like we always say, I have a role to play. You also have a role to play. So if I am doing my part, I don't understand why you don't want to do your part. So if you didn't meet your goal for the month of January, don't let it happen again in the month of February, which we are starting next week. Is that okay? All right, so for maths this morning, we are still looking at even and odd numbers. We are still looking at even and odd numbers. So before we start what we have to do today, I want to use a little game so that we'll be able to practice or try to review what we did last time we were talking about even and odd numbers. So I want us to do a particular game I call, it's called Quiz Quiz Trade. Quiz Quiz Trade. It's just like quiz, as in taking it as like the test quiz, right? Then trade, we all know what trade means. Trade means I give to you, you give to me, right? So we are going to play a little game like that. But while the game is ongoing, I am going to put on this video or music for us to listen to whilst we do the game. So what is going to happen is that these are the rules for the game. Each of us will be given an index card like this. When you are given the index card, write any number of your choice. Naili, stop what you are doing and close your book. Write any number of your choice. For now, let's all close our math books until we are ready to use them. Close your math books. Good. When you get your card, listen to the instruction. When you get your card, write any number that you like. Any number at all that you like. Just write the number on it. And then when the number is ready, I'll give you the next instruction. So at this point, I've got a group leaders to come get cards for their groups. Everyone should write any number that you like. Any number. It could be a 1-digit number, it could be a 2-digit number, 3-digit number, 4-digit number. Any number that you like. Write any number that you like. Maybe make sure that. What do you want? Write any number that you like on the card that has been given to you. All right, after writing your number, after writing any number that you have, this is the next instruction. Whilst the video will be playing, we we are all going to be standing up. And then what we do when we are standing up is, as soon as you stand up, you push in your chair. We are going to be going around. Make sure that at least you talk to, I'm going to try to talk to every one of you within this time. I will try as much as I can to see. But you want to make sure that you talk to different people at different times. When you meet someone, what you are expected to do, when you meet someone, what you are expected to do is greet the person, at least exchange some pleasantries, and then you show your number to the person, and then you ask the person if that number you are showing to them is an even number or is an odd number. Based on what the person will say, if let's say the number you are showing is an even number and the person says it's an odd number, ask them why they think it's an odd number. If they also say it's an even number, ask them why they think so. And if it is not right, and you know the right thing, tell the person. No one should change your number. If it's not right and you know the right thing, tell the person. If all of you do not know whether that number is even or is odd, then you ask me. Then one of you should come to me and ask me. Do we understand? Bralan and Sebastian, what are you guys talking about? I'm talking and you're talking, so are they listening to you or they are listening to me? Do we understand the rules? Yes. That is what you are expected to do. But then before we go to play the game, I just want to remind you guys that, remember what we did last time? We said any number that is a multiple of 2 and is ending in a two-digit number, that whole two-digit number becomes an even number. So if you have a two-digit number, and that two-digit number ends with a number, and that particular number is a multiple of 2, then that whole digit number becomes an even number. But if the last number, the number in the ones place, is not a multiple of 2, then we can say that the number is an odd number. Keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that any number that ends with 0 is an even number. Just like when we were doing the predictions, I remember Emily was explaining for her group why they think that the number 10 is an even number, and Emily stated that because it ends with 0, and a lot of us laugh about it. But when we got to the middle of the lesson, we realized that that is true. Any number that is ending with 0 is an even number. So if somebody shows a number to you and the number, it doesn't matter how many digits, even if it's 5 digits, 6 digits, as soon as it's ending with 0, then we can say it's an even number. And if it's also ending with a number that is a multiple of 2, then we can also say it's an even number. Is this instructions clear? Yes. Do you all understand what to do? I don't want to see anyone standing and not talking to anybody. At any point in time, I don't want to see anyone standing and not talking to anybody. All right, let's get to it. Everyone stand up. If you stand out, push in your chair, and let's get started. Get started. What makes it different? If you finish talking, listen. If you finish talking to the person, give your card to the person and take the person's card.
Walking through the neighborhood, strolling, he's ready to help us discover the secrets, right? To those even and odd. So what is this key that we're looking for? What are we looking for that will tell us if a number is even or if the number is odd?
It's the second number
Can be unique by 2. An odd number cannot
How
be
is
given
that an even number?
by 2. So it's odd number 2. That might sound confusing. Let me show you what I see. Here is the easiest number to do.
Yesterday, we were talking about the number 6. I just said when you finish talking to that person, give the task to the person and collect the message and go to a different person. So this is now hello, Emily. Yes, when you finish talking, you give them how are you? How's something for you? You go to what makes it even? Okay, so we call that multiple two, right? Okay, alright, what do you have for me? I think this is odd.
Okay. Why do you think?
I think it is odd because of the 7. The 7 is at the ones place and the 7 is not the multiple. Alright, thank you and nice meeting you. Bye bye. Hello. How are you? That's what I think. Alright? Okay, why? That is because 6, only 12. That is because 6 is the multiple of 2. And the other one is the whole number. That's all. What you all here? I'm talking to one person. You should go to
I'm just waiting because I
Let's go talk to someone else until I finish. Even or odd.
What do you think it's an odd number?
It's an odd number because of the one. The position of the one, say the one place. Johnny, that makes the whole number odd.
That is an odd number.
Hello, how are you? Okay. Hey, Antonio and Lotte, why are you running? Why are you running to? Alright, that number is 1,300. It is an even number because of the two. Nice meeting you. Bye-bye. That number is 36 and 36 because of the second one. Are you Stop running. Stop running. All right. Whatever card you are holding, keep that card and go to your seat. Go to your seat and go to your seat. Let's be on our seat. Okay. Just a little observation. I would say that a good number of us tried to follow the rules of the game. However, some of us were running around, and I don't know why we were running. This is just a small space. You don't have to run to meet someone. As soon as you turn, you might even see someone by you. I literally just converge around this side because when I turn, I meet a different person. When I turn, I meet a different person. So there was no need to run. But all the same, we tried to use this game to kind of review our knowledge on even and odd numbers. And I want to ask, do you think that this was helpful to you to be able to review what we learned about even and odd numbers?
Yes.
Do we think it was helpful?
Yes.
Do we want to keep doing something like this?
Yes.
Okay, that will depend on how we are able to handle it. If we are not running around and doing all that, then it will be a good game for us to use to review. Sometimes we can even use it to review other topics as well. So the purpose for this game was for us to see if we are able to interact with other students about even and odd numbers. And to those of you that are interacted with, I think it was good. It was good. A lot of us were able to come up with ideas on why we think a number is even or a number is odd. At this time, put that paper aside, get your math books, and let's get to this. So today we are going to talk about something different. And what we are going to talk about is identifying numerical patterns. Identifying numerical patterns. Now, for us to be able to identify numerical patterns, we need to really understand what this unit is expected of us. We talked about that when we started, but I just want to remind all of us that in this topic that we are treating, there are two main things I want you to be able to know and as well be able to do when we get to the end of it. There are two main things. One of them is what we just talked about earlier, which is identifying even and odd numbers. The most important thing is, when we are done with this topic, one, you should be able to identify if a number is even or if the number is odd. It doesn't matter how many digit numbers the number is, but you should be able to tell if that number is even or that number is odd. One other thing you are expected to be able to do is to be able to identify a numerical pattern of a set of numbers. That might sound some way to you because that is what we are about to start now. So now we are going to look at numerical patterns. Numerical patterns. So let me ask Elias to read the objectives for us. What is the objective for today?
I can identify if a pattern is increasing or
Decreasing.
in order to determine the change that's taking place.
Okay. So let me try to explain it in simple terms. Stop that. Put that paper aside. Put it aside. Let me put this in simple terms. The objective for today is for us to see whether group of numbers given to us is increasing in a particular manner or decreasing. For example, if I have numbers like this, if I write numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can decide to continue. What we want to look at today is these numbers that I've written, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they increasing? Are the numbers going up as they move, or are they coming down as they are moving? That is what we are going to be looking at today. Now, if you are able to tell that it is going up or it is coming down, then we should also be able to tell what is the interval. In what rate is it going up? Is it going up by 1? Is it going up by 2? If we say it's going up by 1, it means that the number in front is one less than the number behind it. And the number behind is one bigger than the one in front of it. It means we will say that it's going up by 1. Go ahead, Emily. Alright, so I'm gonna have my first 10 minutes. I'm just gonna make it 10 minutes. That 10 minutes is going to be for me, and then I will explain what I have to talk about, give you the information. Then after that, we can discuss, ask your questions, we talk about them and all of that. So just getting to know this with the little explanation I've given, I want to take one person, maybe 2 people, to tell me what they think this topic is likely to talk about. Just this one. Just today's topic. I'm going to get into my mystery box. If I pick your name, just share with me what you think this topic is most likely to be talking about. Since we are talking about identifying numerical patterns with numbers going up and numbers coming down, what do you think that this is likely to talk about? What do you think this is most likely to be talking about? Weston, what do you think this topic is likely to be talking about?
Like if the numbers going up and down, if they're like the same number, like trying to help you figure out reading the numbers.
Okay, that is his prediction. I'm gonna get one more person to predict, then we move on. I'm gonna get one more person to predict, then we move on. Emily Reese, what do you think this topic is likely to be talking about? You don't have to be right. You are just predicting.
If the number is even or odd, and how many numbers, like, that how many numbers, like, if the number is multiple of 2, and the number is not multiple of 2, it's odd.
Okay. Okay. That's what you two think. That is your prediction. So you're going to take those predictions and we move on into the topic. At this point, I expect all of you know what that 10 minutes means, right? No writing, no do anything, pay attention and follow as we move along. Alright, so yes. this pattern. Since you are not, it's my time, so you are just going to look at it. A pattern is shown. And in this pattern, we see that there is 3, 6, 9, and 12, and it continues. Getting these dotted lines tells us that the numbers can continue. Now, we need to know what is happening here. And we need to know if these numbers are increasing as they go or they are decreasing as they go. I want to say that these numbers are increasing. Everyone should pay attention. Please sit up. Don't put your hands on the table like that. Sit up. Everyone should sit up. Alex, sit up. These numbers are increasing because we have 3, and from 3 we come to 6. From 6 we come to 9. From 9 we come to 12. That tells us that these numbers are increasing because 3 is smaller than 6 and 6 is also smaller than 9. So the number that comes after is usually bigger than the one that comes before it. That tells me that these numbers are increasing. So if I'm asked to determine if these numbers are increasing or decreasing, then I will say that these numbers are increasing. If you hear the word increasing, it means the numbers are going up. Are we getting that? If you hear the word increasing, that means the numbers are going up. And if you hear the word decreasing, that means that the numbers are going down. Going down. It means they are reducing as they move. They are reducing as they move. Now let's go ahead. Okay, so here they are asking me what is happening with this, and I said that the numbers are increasing. So if the numbers are increasing, then what next? If the numbers are increasing, then good morning.
Sorry, Brylan.
If the numbers are increasing, what does that mean? Before that, I want you guys to understand what numerical pattern is all about. When we talk about numerical pattern, the word numerical means numbers. If you hear this word anywhere, numerical, then what should come to your mind is numbers. So the word numerical means numbers. 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 And if you hear the word pattern, pattern is just about how it's arranged. So numerical pattern is how numbers are arranged. How numbers are arranged. So here, we are talking about the order in which the numbers are arranged. How are they arranged? Are they arranged from the smallest number and is progressing to the bigger number? Or are they arranged the other way around, where the bigger number comes first and then the smaller numbers moved alongside? So when we talk about a numerical pattern, we are talking about numbers and how they are arranged. So that is what we should pay attention to. So when we are dealing with numerical patterns, we want to find out the numbers that are arranged, are they increasing or are they decreasing? When we talk about increasing, that means the numbers are going up. And that will mean that any number that is in front is usually smaller than the one behind it. And the one that is behind will be bigger than the one in front of it. So the first thing we want to know is if it's increasing or if it's decreasing. Okay, after getting to know that it's increasing, for example, if I look at these numbers, 3, 6, 9, 12, I will say that these numbers are increasing. Increasing. Okay, so if these numbers are increasing, then how are they increasing by? I will now have to find the difference. What is the difference between this number and this number? It's my time to talk, guys. So I will have to now find the difference. So if here is 3 and here is 6, then it means that the difference here is 3. Because if I add 3 to this 3, I'm going to get 6. If I add 3 to 6, I will get 9. If I add 3 to 9, I will get 12. So that means that if I am supposed to find the rule for this, my rule is going to be plus 3. So if I say my rule is plus 3, that means that the first number is always constant. The first number in the sequence is always constant. So you put the first number down, which is 3. Then if I add that 3 to my rule which says plus 3, then I'm going to get 6. I'll add 3 to 6 and it will give me 9. If I add 3 to 9, it will give me 12. I can decide to add 3 to 12 and I will get 15. And I'll move in that order. That tells me that the pattern rule here is plus 3. So whatever number I have, if I add 3 to it, I'm going to get the number that is behind it. That makes it a plus 3. So you see here, it all has plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. One other thing I want us to take note of as we are working with patterns and sequence is the word terms. This word, terms. Terms simply talks about the position of the numbers. The position of these numbers in the sequence. So if the numbers are arranged as 3, 6, 9, 12, the first term is usually the number that is in front. So this is the first term, first. The second term is the second number in line. So this will be second. The third term is going to be the third number in line. So that will be 9. So 9 is going to be third term. The fourth term is going to be the fourth number in line, in that order. So when we are talking about terms, we are simply just referring to the position of the numbers in the sequence. The position of all the numbers in the sequence. So which of them ever comes first is going to be the first term. The one that will come next will be the next term, and the one that will come, just arrange it in that order. First, second, third, fourth, just according to the number of numbers you have in line, then you are going to arrange it like that. So giving the name terms to them. So in a numerical pattern, the most important thing is to decide if the numbers given to you are increasing or if the numbers are decreasing. If the numbers are increasing, then you want to find out what is the difference. Even if they are decreasing, what is the difference? Are they decreasing by 1? Are they decreasing by 2? Are they increasing by 3? Are they increasing by 5? Where are you going? Alright, so here is another example. I have 7, 11, 15, 19. The first thing for me to do when I have this set of numbers is to find out, are these numbers increasing or are they decreasing? Because my goal is to identify the rule. So here, I'll first of all observe the numbers. This is 7, this is 11, 15, 19. Okay, 11 is bigger than 7. 15 is bigger than 11. 19 is bigger than 15. So I can say that my numbers are increasing. So the numbers are increasing. Now that I know the numbers are increasing, what is the next thing I have to do? The next thing I have to do is to now decide how are they increasing, by what are they increasing. So I will find out what is the difference between 11 and 7. You hear me keep using difference, just to refer you back to our previous topic. We're talking about the fact that difference means subtraction. So what is the difference? If I want to find the difference between 11 and 7, it means I have to take 7 away from 11. So if I take 7 away from 11, I am going to get 4. So here I'll get 4. Between this and this 2 is 4. Between this and this 2 is 4. Alright, so I find the difference and I've realized that my difference is 4. And that 4, okay, thank you. Therefore, I will now have to find out if the 4, thank you. Now I'll have to find out this 4, is it plus or minus? Do I have to add 4 to 7 to get 11? Or do I have to take 4 from 7 to get 11? I will have to add 4 to 7 to make me get 11. So it means that all of them are going by 4. All of them are going by 4. Let me just finish this so you can ask your question. My time is up. So all of them are going by 4. So I'm just going to say that my rule is plus 4. Plus 4. That is my rule. Meaning that if I add 4 to 7, I'll get 11. If I add 4 to 11, I'll get 15. If I add 4 to 15, I'll get 19. So all of this tells me that my rule for this particular pattern is plus 4. Plus 4. So, before I give you the time to ask your questions and for us to discuss further together, I am just simply going to add this, that usually when the numbers are increasing, think of the operational signs that we know in maths. There are 4 operational signs in maths, operational symbols in maths. What are they? The operational signs. Nilis. Times. Times. Plus. Minus. And division. These are the 4 operational signs. And these operational signs will come to play when you are trying to find your rule. You will understand better. But you realize that when the numbers were going up for this, it was plus that I used. Right? It was plus. So here, I saw that if I do plus 4, it's going to be the rule. So when the numbers are going up, 2 of the signs should come to your mind. When the numbers are going up, it's either you are using plus or you are using times. Keep that in mind. We will work examples together that will give us much more clarity on this. Now, do you have any questions? If there is anything you are wondering, please sit up. Yes, Chloe.
So it's basically like kind of skip counting.
It's not, it could be skip counting, but it's not actually skip counting. But it could be. It could be skip counting. Yes, Niles.
We can use times like putting the number that we're using and put it like times 2.
It depends on the pattern that will be given to you. It depends on the pattern that will be given to you. You could get a pattern, you will look at more examples. We could get a pattern that is times. You could get a pattern that you will have to multiply the first number by something to get the next number. Any question? Yes, Naila.
So like this one, I gotta find out the reference number we give 21 minus 16.
I'm not asking you to work on this for now. Just ask your question. You have
Like that's what we're supposed to do.
when you are given the pattern, when you are given the group of numbers, the first thing you want to do is to find out if the numbers are increasing or decreasing. That is the very first thing I want you to do. Find out if the numbers are increasing or decreasing. If the numbers are increasing, then you want to face forward. Actually, face forward. If the numbers are increasing, then you will want to know what are they increasing by. Just like the one I worked, you realize that this one, I saw that it was increasing by 4. So I did plus 4. So if they ask me to find the rule, my rule is now going to be plus 4. Any questions? Yes?
What if it's like 7, 14, 8, 7? Like what if it goes down, up, down, up?
No. You are not going to get any sequence like that. You are not going to get any sequence that they will say 2, 5, 1, 0, 10, 2. No. It's going to move in a particular order. It's either it's going to start from the smallest number and move way up to the biggest number, or it will start from the biggest number and move way down to the smallest number. But they will not mix them up. But that is a smart question though. They will not mix them up. They will not put one small number, a big number, another small number, a big number. No. There is something like that in mathematics, but that is not specifically to this topic. To this topic, if you are being given numbers, the numbers are either going to start from the big number and go all the way to the small number, or it's going to start from the small number and move to the big number. That is the most way they are going to arrange it. Any questions? Any questions? At least at this point, let me check for some level of understanding. Show me your cards. Let me see what you think about sequencing. We are yet to practice, so be very sincere in your. We are yet to practice. It's just my 10 minutes that I've got to explain to you, but we are yet to practice. All right. Okay, I see a number of us saying we do understand some bit of it. Some people did not understand. Some people didn't get it at all. That makes a lot of sense. We are yet going to practice. All right, return your cards and get ready to work on this question. Now, in your group, I want you to work this question together. What do you think could be the possible rule for this pattern? Work together as a group. You have 3 minutes.
But when it's decreasing, it's going down by 4. When it's increasing, it's going up by 4.
I wrote it down to 11.
Mr. No share the spreadsheet. No, go to email and just find out. Please share the spreadsheet. You have all the levels in your name and right side. Share it through email. Is it the intervention? You are figuring out the rules. Is it going up, or are the numbers going up, or are the numbers going down? Is it increasing or decreasing? Increasing by what? So you have to decide that. So if it's increasing by 4, is it when I add 4 to 4, or when I take 4 from 4 that I'll get the next number? So if it's when I add to it, then that's what you tell me plus 4. Are you getting it? So if they say find the rule is going to be plus 4, meaning that if I add 4 to the number in front, I'll get the number behind it. And add that 4 again, I'll get the number behind it.
Somebody got suspended on 7 topics. My sister's friend. And if you add, you're gonna get the number behind it. Huh?
You're not seeing your name like how?
If you add,
Your name is on there? Then just add it. But the number is 11.
spell it and see it.
Are you not seeing your name there?
Wait.
Okay, then just add it.
So the rule is 4.
And then you type it. Okay. What did you guys find out?
Well, we got 4, 8, 16, 20. So we thought it was increasing by 4.
By 4. So if it says increasing by 4, then it should be plus 4.
If you add 4,
So the
it's
rule is going to be
increasing.
plus 4.
You gotta.
Did you all agree on that? What did you guys get?
We got plus 4.
Okay, so plus 4. What did you guys get? Increasing by what? By 4, so it's plus 4. That is what it is. What did you guys I will appreciate if one person, Niles, please stop talking and sit down. Thank you. One person should just tell me what you've heard so far about determining the pattern rule of numbers. What can you say in one sentence? If you have to tell me what you've heard so far, how will you determine whatever you've heard since we started this topic. It's not about even or odd. We talked about even and odd the last time. We did our morning exercise activity to review even and odd. I'm not talking about even and odd. I'm talking about identifying the pattern rule. Finding out if a pattern is increasing, decreasing, finding the pattern rule. What can you say? If you have to summarize everything that you've heard so far in one sentence, what would it be? If you just have to tell me whatever you've heard this morning, what will it be? Chloe, put that aside. Anyone willing to try something? Yes?
Plus.
That doesn't make sense. Can you just say plus? Plus has done what? Yes? That is specifically to this example, but this is not what I'm talking. The whole lesson from the beginning. Yes, Emily Reeves.
Increasing means going up, and increasing means going down.
Okay, that makes sense. Chloe, do you realize that makes a lot of sense than just telling me class? If you tell me class, you've said nothing. Class. That does not say anything. But if you say something like what she said, she had that increasing means the numbers are going up, and decreasing means the numbers are coming down. I mean, that is a sentence, but class alone is not a sentence. Right? Yes. Stop that.
It's just by telling us that how to increase and how to decrease.
How is increasing and how is decreasing? Okay. All right. That is what you think. What else? Anyone else have something to say? All right. So when I went around to check the examples you guys worked, I realized that it's on a good move because a number of us are able to determine that the numbers are going up. So if the numbers are going up, that means that the numbers are increasing. And we went ahead to find out what are they increasing by. And a lot of us saw that they were increasing, the numbers is increasing by 4. Now, I want us to look at this. Here, we are going to try to find the rule here. This one will be working together. We are going to try to find the rule here. But here you realize that the numbers have flipped over. What happens to these numbers? Take a look at them and get ready to tell me what is happening with these numbers. Are the numbers increasing or are the numbers decreasing? Kimberly, you want to share something? Are these numbers increasing or decreasing? The numbers are on the board, so you should be looking at the board. Put your hands down. When someone has been called to talk, you know what to do, so put your hands down. What makes you think they are increasing? Look at the board. You should be looking at the board. The number 21 and 16, which one is big? Which one is bigger than the other? Kimberly, 21. If you have 21 candies and someone to have 16 candies, who has more? Who has more than the other? So you have 21 candies and Naya has 16 candies. Which among you is having more candies than the other? I can't even hear you. See where I'm standing, I can't even hear you. So I can imagine if no one is hearing what you are saying. Kimberly, 21, the number 21 and the number 16, which one is bigger than the other? 21, good. So if 21 is bigger than 16, let's look at 16 and 11. 16 and 11, which one is big?
16.
Good, 16 is big. Now let's look at 11 and 6. 11 and 6, which one is big? 11. Good. So if we start at 21 and we are looking down to where the 6 is, are the numbers reducing or are they reducing or they are, let me put it this way, are they going up or are they coming down? Are the numbers going up or coming down? If you start from 21 and you go to 16 and you go to 11 and you go to 6, are the numbers going down or are they going up?
Down.
Down. Good. Good job, Kimberly. The numbers are going down. So here we have first of all identified that the number is decreasing. Kimberly just helped us to do that. The numbers are decreasing because from 21 we went to 16, we went to 11, we went to 6. That is the first thing to do. When you get a group of numbers, the first thing to do is to find out if the numbers are decreasing or if the numbers are increasing. Here, Kimberly have helped us to know that the numbers are decreasing. So now, if the numbers are decreasing, what are they decreasing by? What is the numbers decreasing by? That's the next thing we want to find out. What are they decreasing by? What is the difference? What are these numbers decreasing by? Actually, what are these numbers decreasing by? They are decreasing by 5. I always tell you guys that that's why I love math. Let's prove. Let's see if what actually saying is right or wrong. Actually saying it's decreasing by 5. So if it's decreasing by 5, it means when we take 5 away from 21, we should get 16. So what is 21 minus 5?
16.
Okay, so we have 21. If we take 5 from 21, you get 16. What is 16 minus 5? 16 minus 5. Antonio, what is 16 minus 5? 11. So we have 11. What is 11 minus 5? 11 minus 5. Naya? 6. Okay, that means that the numbers are decreasing by 5. So if the numbers are decreasing by 5, what will be our rule? What will be the rule? The numbers are decreasing by 5. So what will be the rule? Minus 5. Here we have minus 5. So our rule is going to be minus 5. Our rule is going to be minus 5. So you realize that when the numbers are decreasing, then we see minus attached to the rule. But when the numbers are increasing, we will see what? Plus. Did we realize that? In case you didn't realize it, I'm just drawing your attention to it that usually when the numbers are decreasing, then there is minus attached to whatever number is decreasing by. So like what the example we just read, the numbers were decreasing by 5, so it's minus 5. When they were increasing, it was plus. Yes, Nadia?
And also the number was next to it, but then when it's minus, it's on the other side.
Yes. Yes. So let's take note of this. In summary, when we are determining the pattern rule and the numbers are increasing, when the numbers are increasing, the operational signs we'll be using are either addition or multiplication. If the numbers are increasing, as soon as we realize that the numbers are increasing, then take your mind off subtraction and division and think of either addition or multiplication. We will work another example on that. And if the numbers are decreasing, if the numbers are coming down, if they are going down as they move, then it's either they are being subtracted or they are being divided. We will work examples on that. So these 4 operational signs, we will have to attach them to the numbers that we get in identifying the rule. So if we realize that the numbers are going up by 5, so we'll do plus 5 as our rule. If the numbers are coming down by 5, then it's minus 5. This was the one we did first. Now, sometimes you could be asked to find how many terms are in the pattern. When you are talking about how many terms are in the pattern, you are just going to count how many numbers are there all together. I talked about the terms already. So this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. So if you are asked how many terms are in this pattern, we have have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the total number of terms in this whole pattern is what? 5. So if you are asked how many terms are in a pattern, just count the total numbers that are there, and then it will give you the number of patterns that it has. The number of terms that it has. So this particular pattern has 5 terms. And we looked at this, we said it's increasing, and we realized it was increasing by plus 4. Plus 4. We're going to work one more example. Now, this is another example I want you to work, but we are going to do it together because this is increasing, and it is increasing by times 2. That is why I told you guys that when the numbers are increasing, we are either paying attention to plus or times. When the numbers are increasing, we are either paying attention to plus or times. So here, first of all, let me find out this. Are the numbers increasing or decreasing? I'm going to be picking from my box. Everyone should pay attention to this. I'm getting to my mystery box, and if I pick your name, you answer the question. The first question is, are these numbers increasing or decreasing? Antonio, are these numbers increasing or decreasing? Increasing. That is true. The numbers are increasing. The numbers are increasing. The numbers are increasing because here is 4, and after 4 is 8. After 8 is 12, 16, 20. So the numbers are increasing. So if these numbers are increasing, then we will want to know what it is increasing by. We want to know what it's increasing by. So these numbers are increasing, and it is increasing by times 2. Because if I multiply 2 by 4, I will get 8. If I multiply 2 by 4, I will get 8. What if I multiply 8 by 2? 8 by 2 is not 12, it's 16. So 8 by 2 will give me 16. What if I decide to multiply, let me get the pattern clear. So 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So here we saw that Antonio made us understand that the pattern is increasing. So increasing, and it is increasing by times 2. That means that if I multiply 2 by the first number, I'll get the number behind it. So 2 times 2 will give us what? 4 times 2 will give us what? 8 times 2 will give us what? 16 times 2 will give us what?
32.
So here you realize that when the numbers are increasing, it is times 2. Now it is.
So if we take away the 16 and the 32 and we put it like 12 and 16, it would be like plus 4.
What do you mean?
Like if we put the 12 and a 16 and a 16 and a 32, that would be plus 4.
Yes, it could be plus 4. It could be plus 4. It could be times 2 plus 4. So here is times 2. So if you put here 8 times 2, 8 times 2 will give us what? 8 times what? 8 times 2 will give us 16. Yeah, so that is what we have. We have this here. If we multiply 2 by 2, we are getting 4. If we multiply 4 by 2, we are getting 8. If we multiply 8 by 2, then we get 16. So that is why we are saying that the pattern is times 2. Times 2 because we need to multiply 2 by the number in front to be able to get the number behind it. Do we understand? To be able to get the number behind it. Alright. let's work this. As a group, decide if these numbers are increasing and tell me what the pattern rule is. Work together as a group. You have 3 minutes. Don't say whatever you are holding has nothing to do with the work, so put it aside. So you will have to write the numbers down. Don't just start working on the numbers when you have not even written them down. So write the numbers down. And now determine if the numbers are increasing or decreasing. If they are increasing by what? If they are decreasing by what?
Now notice how there is see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But you didn't even write the numbers down. So this thing is written, what does it mean? Write the numbers down. 32, 25, 18, 11, 4. Write all the numbers down in that order. And then after writing them down, you are now going to find out if the number pattern reducing or increasing. If it's reducing by what? The rule is what? You said it's decreasing by 7. So if it's decreasing by 7, is it by minus 7 or times 7 or divided by 7 or plus 7? Remember we said when it's decreasing there are 2 signs. It's either minus or division. So if you say it's decreasing by 7, so it's what? Is it minus 7? So you just put the minus sign attached to the 7. Did you all agree on that? What did you guys say? Alright. 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me. 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me. I came around and I saw the work that each group did. I'm going to pick from my box, and then if I pick your name, your group summarizer will tell us what you guys got, whether you said the numbers are increasing or decreasing, and if it's increasing by what, if it's decreasing by what. The best maths group. Who is your group summarizer? Okay. So don't say, what did you guys agree on? Are the numbers increasing or decreasing? Chloe, stop drawing on the table. You don't go out and come and tell me someone drew on the table. Stand up. Are the numbers decreasing or increasing? Decreasing. By what? 7 what? Is it plus 7 minus 7 times 7? Why are the group members whispering to him? Because all I came and saw that he wrote minus 7, and I asked him to write down the numbers. I said we should write all the numbers down before. So if he didn't do anything and all of you are watching that he didn't do anything, it's not when he has to tell the class that you have to whisper to him. The time that he's not doing anything is when you are supposed to tell tell you that you're supposed to work with us.
Which one is
I was telling
C?
you were
So and this one no. D and
So what were you sitting there doing?
multiplication.
Don't they? Because I came around and I saw that you wrote, where was that one? I saw that you wrote -7, and I said, instead of just writing the -7, why wouldn't you not write the whole numbers down so that when you look at the numbers, you can now tell that it's reducing by 7. So after I left, you also stopped. Is that what you mean? You stopped. You are not ready to work.
C.
I'm asking you. You are not ready to work. Dante, you are not ready to work. Huh? Did you say yes? Okay, I'm calling front office and they will come for you and take you home. So get your bag ready and go home. Since you are not ready to work, so why are you here?
No, you forgot.
Why are you here? You go get the phone, call your mom, or I call the front office and get them to come get you. So get ready. Alright, so if we really went through it together, then you will realize that it's actually the numbers are decreasing because it started from 32 and then it came all the way to 4. That means that the numbers are decreasing, and like we all said, it is decreasing by -7, right? Okay, so if your group had -7, that is a good trial. At this point, I want all of us to put our books aside, give ourselves a group handshake. Before we do that, listen, before we do that, before we do that, 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me.
4, 5, 6, all eyes on you.
Today we wanted to look at how finding out if numbers are decreasing or the numbers are increasing. And if we realize they are increasing, then we will find out what it is decreasing by, and if it's increasing, you will find out what it is increasing by. Give yourself a happy hand if you think that you've learned something new today. Alright, good job guys. Give yourself your group handshake and get ready for recess.
Oh, I wanted to change we need to, so it's gonna be like this. 1.
Romy, why are you sitting down? Stand up.